Ishinryu karate. Tell me something about Ishinryu. Tell me anything about Ishinryu karate.
It's over 400 years old, Sensei.
Ishinryu is not 400 years old. We talked about the birthday of it today. It's about 57 years old. But Seisan kata is 400 years old. What can you tell me about Ishinryu karate? Sir?
Ishinryu means one heart way, Sensei.
Ishinryu does mean one heart way. That's one thing that we're known for in Ishinryu. Look at that patch you're wearing. It's on your left side. That's your heart side. That's why it's on that side. Everybody in Ishinryu wears that patch. Tell me something about Soki Shinobuku. Maybe how old he was when he started karate. Yes, sir.
8, Sensei.
He was 8 years old. Who was his first teacher?
His uncle, Sensei.
His uncle was his first teacher. Good. Now let's talk about Seisan kata. We know how old it is. They showed us the first little piece of it. Tell me something else about Seisan. Sir.
Seisan means 13, Sensei.
It does mean 13. In what language? Yes, ma'am.
Mandarin Chinese, Sensei.
Yes, ma'am. It is Mandarin. Good. Who taught Soki Shinobuku this kata? We talked about our karate lineage, right? Who taught this kata to Soki Shinobuku, sir?
Master Kion, Sensei.
This. Shotoku Kion sensei. Alright. Let's see Seisan kata just for fun. Okay? Let's see one at a time. Feeling great, Miss Packer? Okay. Go ahead and have a seat right over here, sir. That should be plenty of room, y'all. Hands flat. Slowly out. This kata is called
Seisan Kata, Sensei.
Great. Haji. Clap for Miss Packer. I saw a little mistake, but that's okay. I'm not pointing it out because it's not okay. I'm pointing it out because you retained your focus. You fixed it and kept going. Hard to do when a lot of people are watching you. I know. I've had the same mistakes before. Don't worry about it. Nicely done. Good concept, Miss Packer. Miss Packer, how old are you now?
8, Sensei.
8 years old. And how old have you been training with me?
It'll be 4 years in May, Sensei.
4 years. So she, talk about sticking to it. Miss Packer really has. She was one of our first little dragon students. Okay. Let's move on to Seiyujin kata.
Sensei.
You can answer these questions too if you know Miss Packer, okay? What does Seiyujin mean? Yes, ma'am. What does Seiyujin mean, sir?
Bull in the storm, Sensei.
Thank you, sir. It does mean Bull in the storm. And what is the nickname of this kata? Sir?
The war kata, Sensei.
It is the nickname the war kata. Who taught this kata to Soki Shinobuku? Yes, ma'am.
Mr.
Karate Kid.
Miyagi, Sensei.
Yes, Master Miyagi. Okay. What is the breathing percentages in the beginning of the kata?
50, 30, 20, Sensei.
Oh, you're so close.
50, 30, 10, Sensei.
Yes, that's it. 50, 30, 10. Thank you, sir. How many kicks are in this kata?
0, Sensei.
0 kicks? Really? How many stomps? Yes, sir.
2, Sensei.
2. And what lineage of karate does this kata come from? Goju or Shorin, sir?
Goju, Sensei.
How do we know? How could you tell if you were watching this kata? What's the difference between Goju and, say, Shorin? Yes, ma'am?
Breathing percentages, Sensei.
Not the breathing percentages, but you're getting close.
The breathing, Sensei.
Yeah, the type of breathing, the Ibuki breathing. What else is Goju karate known for?
The horse stance.
Yes, the deep stances and the hard blocks. Thank you, sir. Let's watch Seijun Kata. Better back that foot. Right there. Looks about right. How about half a step forward? Beautiful. Deep right there. Slowly out. This kata is called what? Say Seijun Kata.
Seijun Kata, Sensei.
Great. Haji. part of their test, they did some other things too, not just their kata, but also their projects. We heard about Mr. Piper's, right? Ms. Piper Pelly, you did your project too a little while ago. I wasn't able to go to that one, but I heard about it. What did you do for your project?
I did a park cleanup sunset.
What park?
Tahoe Park.
Tahoe Park, really close by, right? In a good neighborhood park, and you helped pick up what kind of things?
Trash, leaves, swept leaves, picked leaves, picked up letters, stuff like that.
That's good. So another example of somebody going out of the dojo and putting into practice what we're learning. Good and awesome idea. Clap for them. What other part of your test have they not seen yet? Yes, ma'am.
The grappling sunset.
Grappling, yes. What else?
Sparring sunset.
Sparring. So they did a long grappling and sparring test also. They sparred a lot of people in Ramos and other green and brown belts and did a grappling portion of their test. Now we don't have sparring gear, so what, you brought your sparring gear? But maybe we can show them some grappling moves really quick. Like maybe the mount escape, right? You could show the mount escape real quick. Trap an arm, trap a leg, roll.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Mr. Ramos, I need to borrow you those. We needed that guy with red hair. I'm glad you showed up. Okay, Ms. Piper, come on. Alright, now stand up, Mr. Ramos. We're going to make it a little bit more fun. Stand up, Ms. Piper. Tell us over your double leg, and then go over top the mount position, and then she has to escape. Let's see if she was caught from a bad guy with red flaming hair, what she would do. Ready? Go. Good, good. Go, go, go. Yes, yes, yes. And stop. Clap. Good job. Face each other. Down. Face me. Great. Good. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Come on up, sir.
Sunset.
I guess you get to go again. You came in the heat. Good day. Good job. Okay. Ready? Cards up. Okay, good. Come over top now. There we go. Good. Good. That's it. Great.
Thank you, Sunset.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for staying with us. Good. That's it. You guys did very well. I'm proud of you. You did a good demonstration today. Right about here, sir. Say so, please.
Sunset.
Let's talk about Eli's project. Come on up here, Tim. You can have a seat right about here. Good. And scoot maybe like half of a step back. Right there is good. That's good. Not too far. You can come up a little bit more. Doesn't have to be too. Yeah, like halfway. Eli, tell us about your project, because it's not just these guys that did stuff. You have one that maybe it's even outside. People can look and see what his project is. Tell us about it.
I'm collecting toothbrushes for, the St. John's, I think. I forgot the.
Say it like you know it.
St. John's shelter,
Yes, sir.
Sensei, and, I was collecting toothbrushes, toothpaste, and floss for the kids who, don't have that much and they need more.
Yeah, kids and families too. I've been to that organization. I've been to some of their benefit dinners, and they really do good work, Eli. I'm proud of you for helping them and doing what you've done. I noticed that not only did you get a few toothbrushes and toothpaste, but a lot. You got some donations from some dentists, right? From
Yes.
dentists? That's a good idea. Clap for Eli. And Max, come on up, sir. Have a seat next to Eli. Tell us about your project, Max. It's still ongoing too, right? You are collecting something.
My project is called.
We're collecting some toys, right?
Yes, I'm collecting some toys, and they're for
Children's home?
yeah, children's home.
Yeah.
Another word for it is an orphanage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not quite like an orphanage, but it's not too far.
Yeah. And I want to make like their days in the orphanage better by bringing them new toys. So if you see the poster,
Mm-hmm. That's right
there's
outside.
a box.
We can help you out by putting some toys in.
Yeah, and there's a nest on the poster, and you can bring some of them toys.
Very
So,
good.
and you step on the poster.
Another awesome project. Clap it out. tell us about your project, also ongoing, I see.
I did a project for the Sacramento Veterans Resource Center, and I'm collecting toiletries.
For vets, right? Good. Vets that need some help. Maybe help with getting home or need things like that.
And I know it started during the Vietnam War.
Oh yeah, some veterans that were coming home from that war, right? That's a very honorable thing to do then, to help them out.
Because you can tell by their website in vietvets.org or something like that.
Good. Clap for Ben. I like that some of you mentioned why you were also doing your project. Like Max said, he wanted to help make somebody's day better. What is it called when you feel bad for somebody with the wish to relieve it? When you feel bad for someone and you want to make them feel a little better. What is that called, sir?
Sympathy, sensei.
Close. Sympathy is the first part, feeling bad for them, but wanting to help them. What is that? Okay.
Empathy?
Closer. Who can help me out? When you feel bad for somebody with the wish to relieve it, that's called compassion. Compassion. Which is one of the codes of Bushido. It's one of the codes of the samurai, actually, is compassion. It's really important that as martial artists we don't forget that code. That's an important one because we practice and spend a lot of time punching, kicking, grappling, which when you get down to it, those are forms of violence. We have to balance that practice with kindness and compassion. That has always been in the Eastern martial arts a very strong component. If we get imbalanced, bad things can happen. So keep that balance. The stronger you get, the better you get at defending yourself, the better you get at tournaments, at kumite, at fighting. You have to also raise your levels of compassion. Can you guys do that for me?
Yes, sensei.
Good. Stay sitting and stay sitting. Knees lined up with your partner. Whoa. Checking those reflexes and stuff. Size 1 mainly, but also have a bigger size. It's just more as a structure. This is a big moment for you guys, little dragons. This belt you're going to have for a while. Look, see Naomi's? It's hardly even white anymore. It's turning brown. She's had that for a little while. So this belt is going to be yours too. So, get an attachment to it. It's okay. It's also big because this means you're also going to be moving into the junior class now. Just like these guys showed you. The move's a little challenging, a little bit longer. But the benefits you're going to get from the martial arts is level of focus. It's also going to be equally as strong. Oh, this looks awesome. Okay, it's an exciting time. This always, every time brings me back to memories of me getting my belts. I remember mine as well. As a matter of fact, I just recently scored a video of me during my test doing Seisan Kata, my very first karate test. I got a video of that. I'll well, bring it in and we'll put it online and show it to you guys. It's not as great as I'd like it to be looking back at it now, but I'm not afraid for you guys to see it. We brought that out because Master Jocelyn is celebrating his 40th anniversary training in the martial arts. And so we're trying to get as many older videos as we can, videos and pictures. So remember this moment, because I remember mine. And you'll remember for the rest of your life, and I'm glad your family is here too, taking pictures, taking video, because you'll want to see this. When you're a black belt, and you're sitting up here one day, having the same talk to your students, you're going to be able to want to look at those old pictures and old videos and share it with them too. Now, take off those old belts. Brown belts, remember we have a tradition here of passing that brown belt on to somebody. So if you have somebody in mind, remember that in your classes. You get to give them your brown belt. That's a symbol of you committing yourself to reaching out and helping new students as well. Okay, so keep in mind who you might like to pass that on to, and I'll make sure that they get that. Hold that old belt into a ball. Because on the count of 3, we're going to throw it over our shoulders. Don't look behind you. That belt is in the past. You get to look forward to your new belt. 1, 2, watch out behind you, parents and students are in the splash. Ready? 3, throw! Put on those brand new belts. They can help you if you need help. Can you help them?
It's so beautiful.
I know it's nice and stiff.
I can't believe I got it.
We've been working hard for a long time. I'm proud of you for sticking to it. Remember this. Remember that when you try hard, you get good things. So there might be other things you're going to try hard at. Don't forget that when you try hard, you have to stop. Now this is your first bow with your new belt. So let's break them in. Sit up nice and tall. You escape. Break. Thank you guys. Clap for our graduating students. We don't give belts out quickly to our school. It takes some time, especially when you get to the junior class. They have those white belts for well over a year, sometimes much longer. Some students have them for 2 or 3 years. The green belt you might have for a while too. But this means you're getting closer to black belts. It's only a few more steps away. A few more years away, you can get there too. So stay on the path. I know it may seem like very far away. You will feel like you can do anything when you earn your black belt. Read. Hands up and go. Ready? On your feet.
Yeah!
Thank you again. Clap again for our juniors. Pictures too, if you just want to get pictures of you and your family. Pick up your certificates, please. Hey, wait.